Welcome to Doing Philosophy, where you learn to philosophize about the big ideas. I'm your host, Alan McPhee. Today, I would like to have fun by introducing a new topic on love. Now I know what you're thinking, that's why I paused. Love? What has to do with Plato and reality and ethics and things like that? I'll have you know that at least two philosophers we discuss in our journey in ethics. Aristotle taught that having the right emotions was very, very important to having that happy life. That's what, in order for you to be moral, you had to cultivate emotions. Okay, just want to tell you that, Aristotle. The second person, more prominent person, David Hume, he argued that we ought to have a life based on sentiments, based on feelings. He wrote an entire book on the emotions, on how they work psychologically. He talked about love and hate, pride and humility. So for those of you who are frowning on this idea, let me tell you that we will be discussing those things when we get in the area of ethics. And right now, I want to have a conversation about love, broaching a new topic for me, the philosopher, Alan McPhee, to discuss this idea. And since this is the first video on this, I want to begin right at the beginning with that primary question. What is love? What is it? Okay, maybe I'm getting carried away. What is love? The first meaning that we have to accept is that love is a type of emotion. It's a type of emotion. Like David Hume's work, pride and humility, love and hate. Even if people do not wish to talk about love, they certainly know about hate. A type of emotion that drives you to do some seriously negative things towards people. So what is an emotion? It's a vibration of some sort that we experience internally. And these vibrations come in different frequencies, if I'm maybe allowed to use that word. And love have a particular frequency, you can say. Joy is another type of emotion. I can say it has a different frequency, but we understand these emotions more by the behavior and their context. So when you talk about joy, you're experiencing something that is joyful, fun. You can enjoy it. Okay, it's more like a transitional kind of thing. You enjoy shopping, you enjoy driving. And love is a different type of vibration. Although we mix these two in context, I believe that's because a lot of us do not use emotional intelligence. What is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is when you recognize that your emotions are real and your intelligence is equally real, and you allow your intelligence to study the emotions. As you begin to understand the logic, and there is a logic to emotions, the logic behind emotions, your emotional intelligence grows. And what that means? What that means that when you're going to act on your emotions, you're going to get passionate and act out your passion. When you have emotional intelligence, that passionate behavior will be consistent with if you are being logical. You get to be fully passionate in the moment, loving, enjoying, really engaging emotionally and in full. And at the same time, it is consistent with your intelligence. You're not out there driven by little truths, because intelligence philosophy primarily look at the truths and how these truths imply to other truths. And it's very detached from the emotions. So doing philosophy, you have to become more or less really, really detached, all right? So, but when you have emotional intelligence, you have the package deal. You have them together, basically. So our journey into love is going to boost our emotional intelligence. We begin with the idea on what it is. Now, if you have a definition of love you'd like to share, please down below, write down your definition of love. If it's interesting enough, I'll make another video just on that particular definition of love. I want to say this, it's a type of emotion. It's distinct from other emotions we are aware of. We have joy, we have pride, which is a very powerful emotion. We have the passions. We have devotion, another type of emotion. Satisfaction, another type of emotion. And one emotion we don't talk much about is the emotion of conscience. It's part of the ethical domain, coming from David Hume, all right? And other philosophers who we don't talk too much about, that you can feel your way through more right and more wrong. The idea of conscience. Conscience can be seen as an emotion. So we have these different feelings that drives us in different ways. And often when we look at the word love, we're looking at things that are very close to us. First of all, people. We love our family. We love our friends. We love our significant other. Now, of course, people use the word love on everything else they see. And I believe some of that should not be. But with no emotional intelligence, that's the way it is. You love everything. You love your computer, your watch, your car. Everything is love. If you love everything, then what's the value to the person you love? You know, you love everything. What's the value? All right? I love you, but I love everything else. I love everyone else. So what is my value to loving you? What is the importance of that? You know, can I love everyone? You can love all humanity in a general way, but can you really love everyone? No, you can't. If you thought you could, no, you can't. Now, you want to disagree with me? Put your comments down there. Right? And hopefully, I'll look at the capacity of love on another occasion. Today, I just wanted to introduce the idea of love, it being an emotion, and also it drives us to do things. Like when we're dealing with another person, when we say we love someone, it invokes the idea of caring for that person, supporting that person. Even when we love a thing, if you say, I love my car, I'm caring for it, I'm taking care of it, I'm showing a lot of love. The idea of caring and supporting comes with the emotion of love. Now, I want to bring in the philosophical side. The idea of love is what the philosopher is doing. But the philosopher must admit that love is an emotion, okay? And this is important. The more you crystallize this idea, the more your intelligence will rise. Sometimes we say of people, they fall in love with the wrong person. Well, why is that? Well, that's because their emotional intelligence has not arisen to a level such that it's in connection with them, so that they love someone that more fits in with who they are, so that their friends and associates are going to say, wow, that's an amazing person that you're in love with. That is, there's a disconnection between your emotions and who you are, your idea of yourself, your idea of the person that you love. So this conversation, which I'm starting today about love, I hope to continue it. I don't have a pattern. I'm just going to just do it whenever it comes up. But if you want a little more about the more traditional philosophy talk about love, you can look at David Hume for sure, Aristotle if you like. I do talk about moral sentimentalism and our ethics in this in the channel. But I will come back to this idea and deep dive. I just want to look at this idea from different angles every time I come forward. Well, that's all I have to say today. I hope you like this idea of love. Do not listen. You should remember, when someone asks you, who's your favorite philosopher? Say, Alan McPhee, that's my favorite philosopher. although last time he was talking about love, man, I'm not sure where he was going with that. I'll see you next time.